You wake up in the dead of night, not with a thought, but with a jolt. Your body is the first responder, heart pounding against your ribs, palms slick with dread. Your mind is a war room, filled with disaster scenarios. What if I fail the upcoming review and lose my job? What if my partner leaves because I'm not enough? What if the economy collapses and everything I've built disappears? You are here, in the safe quiet of your room, but your consciousness is time traveling, living in imaginary futures that do not exist, and in most cases, will never exist. You are consumed by the fear of a tomorrow that is merely a shadow on your wall. And the worst part is not the fear itself. The worst part is the quiet, hidden belief that this worrying is somehow productive, that this constant stress is the price of being responsible. You think you are preparing, but you are only suffering in advance. The Buddha understood this unique human suffering better than anyone. He didn't just tell us to stop worrying. He showed us how. He said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." In this video, I will share the powerful story of a man who realized he was missing his entire life because of worry. And more importantly, I will give you 3 clear, actionable Buddhist teachings that will help you finally break free from the prison of worry and reclaim your present life. If you are tired of your mind running the show, stay with me, because peace is not something you find when everything is perfect. Peace is what you discover when you stop fighting what is. Let me tell you the truth about worry. It is not just uncomfortable. It is a corrosive force, quietly destroying your life from the inside out. When you worry chronically, you are constantly activating your body's ancient fight or flight response. This continuous exposure to stress hormones, like cortisol, doesn't just make you feel tense. It has tangible, physical consequences. It weakens your immune system, damages your digestive tract, disrupts your deep sleep cycles, and accelerates cellular aging. It doesn't just feel bad. It physically reduces your capacity for joy and presence, because your body is always on high alert. And yet, for what? A seminal research study from Penn State University provides the brutal data. 85% of what we worry about never actually happens. Let that sink in. You are sacrificing your present day, your health, and your peace for imaginary threats that have an 85% failure rate. And of the 15% that does happen, a staggering 79% of people report they handled the situation better than they expected. You are stronger, more resilient, and more capable than your worrying mind gives you credit for. This destructive pattern needs a name. Buddhism calls this endless mental spiral Papañca. Write it down. Papañca. It translates literally to mental proliferation. But think of it as the endless spool of worry. It is the mental habit of taking one single, tiny fact and aggressively spinning it into a vast, complicated, and fictional narrative of disaster. Example: your friend didn't reply to your text for 3 hours. Papañca immediately kicks in. They're mad at me. I said something wrong. They don't like me anymore. I'm going to lose this entire friendship, and I'll be alone forever. None of this disaster is real. The only reality is the silence on your phone. But your body is convinced that the entire disaster movie is playing out in real time. Your heart races, your stomach tightens, and you experience the physical pain of a loss that is entirely imagined. This is the central mechanism of the prison of worry. And now, let's look at the 3 keys to unlock it. Let me tell you about a man named James. James was outwardly successful. A demanding job, a beautiful home, a loving wife, 2 healthy children. But he was wealthy in things and bankrupt in moments. His mind was his shadow, constantly pulling him out of his own life. At work, he wasn't focused on the task. He was running mental scenarios about his family. What if the kid's school calls? What if I missed an important sign of illness in my wife? At home, he couldn't relax. He was rehearsing conversations with his boss and battling imaginary criticisms. What if they don't like my proposal? I need to be ready to defend every point. The tragedy culminated one Sunday afternoon. His daughter, 6 years old, brought him a new drawing. "Look, Daddy, it's a dragon!" James was staring out the window, internally auditing his investment portfolio. He sighed. "Not now, sweetie. Daddy's thinking about something important." She walked away, disappointed. James watched her go, and instead of taking action to comfort her, his mind immediately pivoted to a new worry. "I'm a terrible father. I'm scarring her. This regret will haunt me forever." The worry was a monster that devoured his present moment and then fed on the guilt of the past. The true moment of awakening came not from an epiphany, but a brutal shock. His father passed away suddenly from a heart attack. At the funeral, James found a letter his father had written years ago. "My biggest regret is that I spent my whole life worrying about tomorrow and forgot to live today. Don't make my mistake." James broke down, not just from grief, but from the searing realization that he wasn't just like his father. He was repeating the exact tragedy. He was so consumed by protecting himself from imaginary futures that he was actively missing his actual life. His daughter's laughter, his wife's tired but loving smile, the simple taste of coffee in the morning, all of it slipping by while he lived entirely in his head. That day, James made a singular decision. He would learn to stop worrying. His path led him to Buddhist meditation. He wasn't trying to empty his mind. He was learning to observe it. And slowly, the ship of his consciousness turned. He learned to catch the Papañca before it spun out of control. When he stopped fighting his life, he found his life waiting for him, beautiful and whole. This brings us to the first and most critical teaching. Worry is not preparation. It's just suffering in advance. Most people believe worry is productive, a sign of being responsible. We've been conditioned to think, if I worry about it, I'm covering all the bases. The Buddha separates this perfectly into 2 distinct states of mind: planning and worrying. Planning is present tense. It is calm, clear, and focused on immediate action. I have a presentation tomorrow. I will allocate 2 hours tonight to review the slides and anticipate 3 potential questions. This state of mind is productive. Worrying is future tense. It is chaotic, emotional, and paralyzing. What if my voice cracks? What if the projector fails? What if they all hate my idea and I become a laughingstock? This state of mind is destructive. Planning solves problems. Worrying creates them. Imagine you're crossing a fast-moving stream. Planning is placing your foot firmly on the next stable rock. Worrying is imagining yourself falling in, rehearsing the cold shock, and feeling the terror before you even take the next step. Which state ruins the crossing? The practice. The worry budget. When you catch yourself spinning, ask, is this an actionable thought? Can I physically solve this problem in the next 10 minutes? If the answer is no, you allocate yourself a worry budget. You tell yourself, I will worry about this from 700 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. tonight. Until then, I am returning to the present task. This simple practice acknowledges the mind's need to process, but puts you back in control of the schedule. You give your worry a short, scheduled window, and then you move on. Remember the fundamental truth. If there is a solution to a problem, there is no need to worry. If there is no solution, there is no use worrying. Now, let's go deeper. Your mind is not your enemy. It's just trying to protect you. The anxious voice that bombards you with worst-case scenarios is not trying to torture you. It's an overzealous internal bodyguard. This is a fundamental lesson in Buddhist compassion. This mechanism is driven by an ancient, panicked love for survival. In the modern world, this is an evolutionary mismatch. Your ancient primitive brain treats a critical email or a looming deadline like a saber-toothed tiger waiting in the bush. When the worry comes, the default reaction is resistance. Stop worrying. Get over it. This is fighting your mind, which only increases the internal conflict and the feeling of failure. The practice loving kindness to the inner critic. Instead of fighting, meet the worry with radical kindness and gentle acknowledgement. When the anxiety rises, stop what you are doing. Put a hand over your heart. Notice the tension in your chest or stomach. Then, use this simple, powerful mantra. Thank you, part of me, for trying to keep me safe. I appreciate your vigilance, but I am grounded. I am here, and I am safe now. I will take it from here. This is not weakness. This is mastery. You are acknowledging the fear without allowing it to drive the vehicle of your life. When you label the anxiety, this is the papañca. This is the inner critic. You create a space of awareness. You realize I am not my worries. I am the one watching them. That distance is the beginning of freedom. Now for the most powerful teaching of all. This moment is the only moment that actually exists. Let's use some modern language. When you are worrying, your brain's default mode network, DMN, is activated. This is the network responsible for self-referential thought, rumination, and time traveling to imaginary futures. It is literally impossible to be truly present when the DMN is dominant. But when you anchor yourself in the present moment, you shift brain activity to the prefrontal cortex, PFC, the part responsible for calm, clear decision-making and conscious control. The Buddha's wisdom is neuroscience's proven path to calm. The Buddha taught, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future, or anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. The practice, the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. This is the ultimate tool to force your consciousness out of the worried future and back into the present reality. When the spiral starts, stop and name what is actually real around you. Name 5 things you can see, Focus on detail, the dust motes dancing in the sunlight, the small chip in the ceramic mug, the crease in my thumb. Name 4 things you can touch. Focus on texture, the cool, smooth wood of the desk, the soft fiber of my shirt, the firm pressure of my feet on the floor. Name 3 things you can hear. Focus on subtle sounds, the distant traffic hum, the soft sound of my own breath, the quiet click of the clock. Name 2 things you can smell. Focus on scent, the faint smell of coffee, the fresh air from the window. Name 1 thing you can taste. Focus on the sensation, the metallic taste of my tongue, the residue of my last drink. This simple process is a sensory anchor. Worry is a ghost. It cannot survive when you shine the light of sensory reality on it. James used this practice constantly, and he slowly began to see the world he was fighting so hard to protect. I want to take a moment right now. Before we finish, close your eyes or simply lower your gaze. Let's bring all 3 teachings into this moment. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs, and a long exhale out, softening your shoulders. Observe your mind. Is there a worry there? Is it about money, relationships, or health? Don't judge it, just see it. Now, acknowledge it with compassion. Say to your mind, "Thank you for trying to protect me." Now, ask the critical question. Can I do anything about this in the next minute? If the answer is no, gently place the worry on a shelf and commit to checking your worry budget later. If the answer is yes, open your eyes and take that one small, actionable step right now. Now, without worrying about the past or the future, just feel your body, feel your breath. You are here. You are safe. This moment is enough. So let's recap the journey to presence. Number 1, worry is not preparation. Use the worry budget. Plan. Don't panic. Number 2, your mind is trying to protect you. Meet it with loving kindness. Name the Papañca. Number 3, this moment is all that exists. Anchor yourself with the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. James's father was right. The biggest tragedy in life is not what might happen tomorrow. It's the silent tragedy of missing today because you're lost in your head. Buddha said it perfectly. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. If you fill your mind with worry, you become anxious, exhausted, afraid. But if you fill your mind with presence, you become calm, alive, and profoundly free. The choice is yours, not tomorrow. Right now. I invite you to commit to 1 day of presence. If this message helped you, subscribe to Peaceful Mind Teachings for more Buddhist wisdom that brings peace to your daily life. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. And comment below. What's one thing you are going to put on your worry budget and leave until tomorrow? Thank you for being here. Breathe deeply. You're safe. You're okay. And this moment is enough.